Awesome. Now let's go ahead and create an application. We're going to go to setup again. And then in the quick find, let's search for app manager. And then we're going to go to new Lightning app. Let's give this app a name, Nonprofit Cloud Fundraising, or just Nonprofit Cloud. And I clicked outside, which automatically populated the developer name. The developer name is something that you will see a lot in Salesforce. And everything in Salesforce has a label or a name and a developer name. A developer name is meant for background operations because it is unique to everything. You don't have to worry about it now. Now let's go ahead and upload an image. I'll just select Swift logo. And feel free to select a color from here. I'm gonna use this extension that I've got where I can pick up a color from the page. I'll select this color and I'll copy it and I'll paste it in here. I've got the color in place. I'll click next. Now we're gonna leave everything here as is, but just quickly what the navigation style looks like. We've got only two: standard navigation and console navigation. What we're looking at in the fundraising strategy app is the standard navigation. We've got the tabs up top. If you open any record, and a record is like a row from an Excel sheet, it opens in the same tab. If you go to fundraising operations, for example, you would notice now that this looks different. The apps are just like not up top. The tabs are not up top, but rather they are in a drop down like this. And if you open a record, it shows up as a new tab. If you open another one, it opens as another tab. So they are open simultaneously. It's more of a preference. I'm used to standard navigation, so I just select this for now, keeping everything else as is. Next, we've got a utility item. We're not adding one for now, but this is like a bar that we add at the bottom of every application that gives us quick access to some features that we can set up. Let's not add it for now. Next, let's go ahead and add navigation items. And this is the list of tabs that we see in here. So this list of items here, these are tabs. And also back to fundraising strategy, this is the list of tabs that we have, or navigation items. So which ones we need to show up in here. So we're gonna add first a home page. You almost always want to add a home page. And this is the home, not mobile home, not just this one with this icon. It's this home. And we're gonna need to add accounts. We will need campaigns. We will need opportunities, and we will need gift commitments and gift transactions and the gift designations. We will also need reports, and we'll need the dashboards tab. Now let's go ahead and click next. And which profiles should have access to this application? And user profiles in the system represent the level of access users would have. Every user has a profile, and a profile determines which permissions that they have, which apps they have access to, and so on. Let's select system admin because you are most likely the system admin of this org. And we can also add like standard user profile. We will talk about profiles in much more detail at a later time, but for now let's add system administrator and standard user. Let's click save and finish. And now we've got our application. If I go to app launcher now, we will notice that it's showing up in here, nonprofit cloud fundraising. Since the intention is that that's the app that we will be using all the time, I'm going to move it all the way to the top so that it shows up top first. I'll click that to navigate to it. And the last thing I want to share here is, maybe the last two things I want to share here is the color scheme. Now you see how the color is reflecting and the logo. And the last thing is the order in which we added these tabs. I added them in this order because we typically go from, like, the most important information is the, I'm gonna talk about the home in a second, but the most important information is the donor profiles that we have in here. And then we typically start with a campaign, a fundraising campaign. From that fundraising campaign, we have some fundraising or donation opportunities. From these opportunities, people might commit to give gifts. Gifts represent giving, and once people make a commitment, when they actually start making these donations, not just verbal commitment, but rather the donations start coming in, then that's where we see the gift transactions. These are the actual donations. When we receive donations, we can designate them to certain causes or to certain goals and objectives. And after having this data in the system, we can run a report. And then from that report, we can build a chart or some dashboard to give us a very high level overview of what's happening. And this is the reason behind this order.